Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Carol, the Thrifty Chic Housewife. I'm so glad that you stopped by. If you enjoy the content that you find here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Like and share my videos and follow me on social media. I will leave all the links in the description box below. So today we're going to do some canning. We did take a little bit of a break from canning for a video or two, and so today we're going to go back to canning and we are going to be canning up praline syrup, aka pecan pie filling. You can see where I'm going to go with this eventually, right? So the recipe comes from, this is the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. It is in this book. It is also in the Ball Blue Book. And it kind of goes against the rules of canning, right? Because we're going to be pecan pie or praline syrup includes pecans, which are nuts and are fats, and typically we don't can with that, but this is a tested recipe, so we're totally safe including nuts in this, and it just sounds amazing, and I think it's going to make a great starter for pecan pie filling. And I'm gonna show you how to turn it into pecan pie in another video. But today we're just gonna be canning up the syrup. It's super simple. It has a very short list of ingredients. We need you can use dark or light corn syrup. Their tip is for a lighter flavored syrup, use light corn syrup and light brown sugar. Today I'm going to be doubling this recipe because the original recipe makes 4 8-ounce jelly jars, but I want more than that because I'm going to give some away, and we're also going to be using it to make our pecan pie filling. So I want more than that on my shelf, so I'm going to double it, and the original amount is 2 cups of dark corn syrup. I don't have 2 containers of corn syrup, so of the dark, so I'm going to be using 1 light and 1 dark. You can use either one. They're both going to produce great flavor. Using the dark corn syrup obviously is going to produce a richer flavor, but both will be fantastic. I've made pecan pie with both light and dark Karo corn syrup, and there was very little difference in flavor. So you can use light or dark corn syrup. We need some water. We need some lightly packed either dark or light brown sugar. That's entirely up to you. We need some pecan pieces and some vanilla, and that's it. So this is really super simple. So before you get started, you're going to want to go ahead and get your canner and your jars ready. I've already washed my jars, and I'm keeping them hot in a sink full of hot water. I did wash my lids and I've sat them aside. Modern canning guidelines state that you don't need to pre-sterilize jars and lids if you're canning for 10 minutes or more. And we're going to be processing for 10 minutes, so we are good. I am going to be using my steam canner. You can either water bath or steam can this recipe. If you haven't hung around my channel very much, you may not know that I am totally in love with steam canning and have been singing its praises for a little over a year now. So if you can, like I said, you can either water bath or steam can it, but I highly encourage you to look into steam canning. It takes a lot less water, and which means it's less time to bring it up to a boil and all that. So that is why I love steam canning. You use less water and it takes less time, so it's fantastic. So I have my steam canner ready. I have 3 quarts of water in the bottom of my canner, and it's sitting there waiting for us to get to the canning point. But we're going to start by getting our syrup all together. It's really simple. We're going to put both of our sugars, the corn syrup and the sugar and water, into our saucepan. We are going to bring that to a boil over medium-high heat. We're going to boil for 1 minute, then we're going to reduce our heat, add our pecans and our vanilla, and we're going to gently boil it for 5 minutes, and then we're all ready to can it up. So it's going to be super simple, fast and furious. So I'm going to bring you in close, and we're going to get started making our syrup. Okay guys, here we go. We're going to start by adding our corn syrup. We need 4 cups of corn syrup. I'm using 2 cups of light and 2 cups of dark. Okay, I've got my corn syrup in there. Now we're going to add 1 cup of water. Like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. I will leave the correct amounts for just a single recipe, as well as what I'm using. So we need 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. I'm using all dark brown sugar, and we're going to bring all that to a boil over medium-high heat. Okay guys, our sugar has dissolved and we are just about up to a boil here. You want to make sure you're stirring frequently here. All right, we have a boil going, so we're going to boil for 1 minute. You might want to turn it down a little bit so that it doesn't boil over. Okay, you want to keep it at a boil, but you don't want it to boil over. So you do want to turn it down just a little bit so that it will continue to boil, but it doesn't boil over on your stove. And then we're going to reduce our heat and we're going to add 2 cups of pecan pieces and 1 teaspoon or so of vanilla. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I'm using my homemade vanilla extract. If you're not doing homemade extract, I highly encourage you to give it a try. It's fantastic. And we want to let this boil gently for 5 minutes. So make sure you reduce your heat so that you're just boiling nice and gently for 5 minutes, and then we are all set for canning. Okay guys, we are all set for canning. I boiled my syrup with the pecans and the vanilla for an additional 5 minutes. You want to make sure you're doing that nice and gently, and you want to stir almost constantly while that's happening. So we are ready for canning things up. I have 3 quarts of almost simmering water in my steam canner ready to go. If you are water bath canning, you want to make sure that you have a fair amount of water in your canner. We are using the small jars, so I don't think your canner needs to be half full, but it needs to be fairly full of simmering water. And once you put your jars in, the water needs to cover your jars by at least 1 inch. So like I said, I've got my water ready, got my canner ready, kept my jars hot in a sink full of hot water, and I talked about pre-sterilizing. We don't need to do that. So we are ready to go. We are going to be ladling into the 8-ounce jelly jars to a 1/4 inch headspace. Okay guys, I have 2 hot jars, so we're ready to start ladling in our delicious syrup. It looks amazing, it smells amazing. Kind of do your best with doling out your pecans. Okay, once you get to your 1/4 inch headspace, you want to use a debubbling tool, a chopstick, or a plastic butter knife to release your air bubbles. And poke around your jar. And if your headspace changes, you can go ahead and adjust. Then because this is sticky, you can use just a wet cloth, but I like to use white vinegar, especially in cases where it's really sticky. I take a paper towel dipped in white vinegar to really make sure my rims are clean so that nothing interferes with getting a good seal. And then we're going to center our lid and then apply our band to fingertip tight. And that hot syrup is very hot. You have a very hot jar. And in the canner they go. Okay guys, out of a double batch, I got 6 jars, 6 jelly jars. The recipe says you should get 4 out of a single batch. My amounts are, anytime that I can with a ball recipe, I'm almost always off according to what they say you should get. But I got 6 out of a double batch, so you may want to consider doubling your recipe unless you want to end up with just 3 jars. Anyway, it smells so good. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on, and I'm going to crank up my heat to high. I'm steam canning, so when I get up, I have a dial gauge on my canner. When it gets into my green zone, then I can start timing. If you are water bath canning, you want to make sure your jars are covered by water by at least 1 inch. You want to bring it up to a full boil before you start timing, and our processing time is going to be 10 minutes. Once we get there, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, I am in my green zone. If you are water bath canning, you want to make sure that you are up to a full rolling boil. I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on for 10 minutes. We want to reduce our heat For me, I just want to stay in the green zone, just inside of my green zone. If you're water bath canning, you just want to maintain a full boil. So you need to reduce your heat just so that's happening. You don't want it to be boiling too vigorously for steam canning or water bath canning, either way. And if it's doing that to your lid, it's boiling too harshly. So we need to reduce our heat just to maintain. So we're going to process for 10 minutes. Just a word of wisdom for those of you who are steam canning, we are using sugar syrup, and it's been my experience that anytime you're dealing with sugar syrup and steam canning, siphoning is very likely to happen. So once we're done processing, I'm going to turn my heat off. Even though with steam canning, it's totally safe, totally fine to remove your lid in your jars immediately after processing. If you're water bath canning, you wait 5 minutes. I'm going to wait at least 5 minutes with the lid on, and then an additional 5 minutes or so with the lid off. It's just experience that I've learned that it needs more cool down time when you're dealing with sugar syrup and steam canning. So that's what I'm going to do. When we're done, I'll bring you back and go over all that, but just a word of wisdom. So 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. Okay, our 10 minutes processing time is up, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat off. Like I said, I'm going to leave my lid on for 5 to 10 minutes to try to eliminate the dreaded siphoning issue. Like I said, it's totally fine, acceptable to remove your lid once your processing time is up for steam canning, but I'm going to try to eliminate the siphoning issue. So I'm going to leave mine on for 5 to 10 minutes. If you are water bath canning, you can go ahead, remove the lid, allow your jars to sit in the canner for 5 minutes, and then you can remove them. So when we get there, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, we are all done. So my jars have started to seal already. And I did do what I told you. I let my jars sit in my canner for 10 minutes with the lid on, and then I took the lid off and let them sit an additional 5 minutes, and I don't think I got any siphoning, so I'm happy about that. But there's a close-up of what it looks like. Doesn't that look delicious? Now, it is totally normal for your pecans to float. And I have a jar that I've had open. It's so good. So I just thought I would show you what it's like. Like I said, the pecans will float. That's totally normal. And there's what it's like. It is so good, you guys. I love making a praline latte with it. I put a little bit of the syrup in the bottom of my coffee mug and then add coffee and steamed milk and then a few pecans on top. It is delicious, but it's great stirred into oatmeal. You can serve it over just a basic white cake or a butter cake. Totally delicious. Obviously over pancakes or ice cream, I think it would be fantastic on top of pumpkin waffles or pumpkin pancakes would be great, but there are millions of ways to use it, so I'm sure you can come up with things that I can't, but I will leave some ideas for you in the description box. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today. This is so great to have on the shelf. It's going to be perfect for our gift giving for Christmas or the holidays. So I hope you'll give it a try. As always, if you have any comments or questions, leave them for me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.